Hi guys, in today's video I'll be showing you a major update of a site builder that is a part of my e-commerce platform. Most of you haven't heard about me or the project itself, so I'll introduce both in a second. I'm just a random guy on a boring background, and I'm often mistakenly called a programmer. I also spent 2.5 years creating my own e-commerce platform called LiveShop, and it took so long because I worked literally alone. I just realized we hit 150 subs, so thank you for being there. Now a few words about the site builder. People often ask me if it's a WordPress plugin. But it's a separate tool that works only with my e-commerce platform. But it's also the reason why it's literally world's fastest. It easily scores 95 points in Google PageSpeed Insights without any additional effort. I wanted to clarify why you see Elementor and Webflow in the title of that video. And that is because I think that my solution is somewhere in between of these two. It has quite a lot of advanced features like Webflow, but it's also relatively easy to use like Elementor. Obviously, it has its own unique features that I talked about in the previous video. I also wanted to make it easier for you to find that video, so I really hope you won't blame me for clickbaiting. I think it's enough for the introduction, but if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. Okay, now I'm gonna discuss UI and UX changes of the admin panel, or as many people call it, back office. So let's take a look at the product form or offer form, and this is what it looks like right now, and this is what it's been like 9 months ago, I guess. I'm going to point out just a few details, so as you can see, it looks completely different. But, for example, if you wanted to edit a page, here was a button in the upper right corner, and it's really inconvenient. So now it looks like this, and we have like a field that shows a preview of the content, and we can click Edit. And here's the site builder that I wanted to show later. So yeah, let's go back to the product form. The next thing is that I managed to put so much more on the screen. Look how little I have to scroll to get to the end. And what is interesting that we actually have more features than we had in the previous version, but somehow it's way shorter. Obviously, it's because we have less of that white space, but also the layout has changed drastically. For example, here we have things one under another, but here we have columns, so obviously it's a way better approach. There's also many other small changes, for example, these icons, so we can easily find a proper section we would want to edit. There is also one thing that will affect my client's work significantly, and that is the model-based routing. Previously, it's been a typical MVC application, so when we wanted to change a view, for example to product form, we had to refresh entire page. And this is what it looks like in the current version. So I can close the form, I can open another product. By the way, you can see that the URL has changed, so now it includes the ID of the current product that we added. And from here we can edit the site builder, and what is crazy is that it's actually another model. So there was no refresh whatsoever. A quick side note here. So I told you that pages built with that site builder are loading literally the fastest in the world. But I think the fact we can edit them so quick without any refresh, and it just takes, well, not even a second, it's even more crazy. I wanted to apologize to you for one thing, that what you can see right here is Polish, because it's a Polish product, but I'm gonna translate it to English real quick. But the reason why I didn't do that is because, well, it doesn't look that cool anymore. So yeah, for some reason it trims white spaces, which I really hate. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm showing you the Polish version. There's one more thing I'm going to talk about before we move on to the site builder, and that is the admin menu. So this is what it looked like before, and this is the current version. So most importantly, we have these tabs on top, so we can find a proper part of the application, and it's not that messy. If I were to disable this, look how many items we have. So this is a great filter on top, and we can also find something by phrase, for example, products. And this is really convenient. I wish that all the applications were built that way. You can tell me in the comments what you think of these changes, but now let's move on to the site builder. This is what it looks like in my latest video, and here is the current version. And the difference is massive. For example, if we wanted to add a new block, we had to click that plus button on the right menu, like it's weirdly positioned. But in the current version, these buttons are on top, and it's a way better position for them. I definitely need to change the edit mode to basic. So let's do it. Yeah, it will look so much cleaner. You can also notice that I changed the style of these buttons. So now they are transparent and not like that. So yeah, in general, it's just a cleaner UI. I have also redesigned the menu for adding blocks, so they look as if they were added to the content. For example, H1, we can clearly see it's way bigger, and it really should be. And what else we can see here? For example, a slider. So yeah, it does kind of resemble a slider. Let's put it in on the page. And we have a slider. Well, it's empty, but it's still a slider. I'm going to quickly change its background to show you that it's fully functional. Let's pick that image and let it be this one. So we have an image on the slider, and this first slide is still empty. And now what is awesome, I can use these pink buttons to add content in that specific spot. Previously, I had to drag and drop it in that place, but now I can just do this. I can pick H2 and type something. Obviously, it isn't centered as I would want it to be, and I don't really like the color of the text, so I'm gonna change it real quick. So we have the color. Let's make it black. And, well, maybe, I think the background is wrong here, but you get the point. I'm going to center this. So I'm going to do it like that. And yeah, we have it on the center. And now we can quickly add another thing. For example, let it be a button, so it will be a typical hero section. Let's do it like this. Let's type something. And obviously I would have to change its size and everything, but you can see that it works properly. And I wanted to show you that we can add new blocks quickly using these pink buttons. Okay, so here is yet another cool feature, and we can select multiple blocks. I will hit Control, select this one and select that one. For example, we can change their styles altogether, like this. We can delete them or move, like literally grab all of them. They will be stacked one under another, and we can put them literally anywhere else. There is just one more thing that I'm going to talk about in this video, and that is the mechanics of selecting blocks. I will just show you this quick example. So imagine you wanted to type literally anything. For example, here, you just click and type. It's really that simple. But now let's select text at the beginning of that paragraph. As you can see here, we cannot really do this. We can select a grid or the column, but how do we edit the text? But all I really need to do is to go just a bit down, and now you can see that these buttons have moved. Once again, here and here. So if I hover over the column or the grid itself, they will move up. But if I were to go like this, yeah, they will not move at all. So it's easier to select an actual column or the grid, but it's also easy to select the text. So clearly seems like a great solution. And you're probably wondering, like, why isn't it in every other site builder out there? I'm going to show you how it would be done in Elementor. So I will select this grid. I will add some padding, like this, like that, and I will grab the column. I'll also add more padding, like this and like that. And yeah, now we can see that there is no issue whatsoever with accessibility, but that's not the point. There are many cases in which we would want to have a container with literally zero padding or just a small number, and this site builder handles it great. This video is getting quite long, even though I haven't talked about all the new features. I really hope it was interesting to see how something as outdated as this has changed to this. If you're wondering what it will look like in the future, don't forget to subscribe. And thank you for watching.